People is up in arms and about to lose their shit over this coaching search and all of this. But man, I'm here for it, bro. I'm here for the Schottenheimer hire, dog. I'm here for it, bro. Like they'll be like, oh, he ain't got no head coaching experience or whatever, and he this, and this. But bro, everybody had to have their first job at some point. Just the dudes that Jerry want to bring in, they had their first job in the early 1900s. You know what I mean? But because them dudes be old as hell, man. But yeah, I'm cool on all of it. I'm glad the Raiders signed Pete Carroll. Uh, yeah, I'm cool on all the old ass dudes. Like Schottenheimer, he 50 something, but just from his press conferences and how you hear him talk, man, I feel like he has a good eye for what's going on in the league. I feel like he is in tune with, the current tendencies of the league, man, and I think he'll be a good help to Dak as well. I think Dak likes him. I think they have a good relationship. A couple things. I think he'll actually get Deuce Vaughn more involved. I think he will be able to get more out of Jalen Tolbert. Just how you hear him speak about Jalen Tolbert and how he takes notes. And I don't think the college version at South Alabama, Jalen Tolbert, is not possible for him in the league. I think he's kind of like that. I definitely think they still need to draft a number two, but I definitely look at him as like when we had Amari Cooper here, I look at him as like the Michael Gallup type character, which is why I think they let Michael Gallup go. But those high point the ball on the sideline because he does a lot of that training camp and in games. He has highlights on that. Basically, the person covering you is not the top guy for the other team, so I think he does good and stuff like that. And I definitely think though they need to draft a player first or second round, preferably that can definitely complement CD as far as lining up anywhere, uh, yards after catch, and being that type of dude. Just to give CD more options, to give Dak more options. I think it'll help Jake Ferguson. I think it'll help the run game. As far as running back, like I don't want like um if Rico is okay with taking like just a pay cut or not even pay cut, just like a team friendly deal, or if he wants to get paid like Pollard or whatever, then I honestly wish him the best. He deserves it. He had 1,000 yard season, even with them, doing a little bull corner at the beginning of the season with Zeke or whatever. But I think he definitely deserves it. I think he should definitely be given the opportunity. But I definitely think we need to also draft a guy and let him compete, man, compete and earn it. And I think if you sign Rico, we kind of lose that element of it, of him competing. And then I think that kind of, if you sign Rico, draft a running back, I think that just pushes Vaughn a little bit back uh, to your third guy, and I think he'll probably be inactive a lot unless he does special teams. Because I think Schottenheimer will also get Turpin more involved. I think Turpin will always be a returner, but I think Deuce can fill that role as well if they do want to get him more involved in the offense. Um, Maybe he won't be. Well, I don't. I still don't see them not because he was a top returner in the league, Pro Bowl returner. So they're always going to use that skill set, I guess. Because I was going to say with Bones leaving and going to, I think he went to Tennessee. With Bones leaving and going there, I was going to say maybe they wouldn't use him, but I think they still would use him because again, Turpin is still Turpin. But I think he definitely needs to be used more in the actual offense, and I think they kind of got started with that a little bit at the end of this season that just passed. But I think Schottenheimer would bring out more of Turpin usage. Um, Again, I think he'll bring out Vaughn usage. As far as the defense, I feel like Mike Zimmer. According to I watched Vach and Broadus, and I had took some notes on some things that they had said. Let me look at it here. Uh, but I know yeah, Broadus has said he don't feel like Zim would probably be here. Um, which I do feel like is unfortunate because he was able to do pretty decent with all of the injuries he had on his defense. Like we at some point we lost everybody, bro. Like all of your starters and backup edges, cornerbacks kept going down, bro. And I think it kind of picked up towards the end once he was able to get in his bag a little bit, and Micah came back and things like that. But if Schottenheimer would, if Schottenheimer brought in brought Zim back as DC, I saw Bobby Slowick was just released or just him and the Texans parted ways. That may be a good offensive coordinator option, but probably won't happen for sure. But yeah, if he can get Zim as the defensive coordinator again, which would probably, according to Broadus at least, take probably Jerry coming up and saying something because Zim just really is not just excited about any of these head coach possibilities that Dallas is bringing in. But if we can't get Zim, well, I feel like he should have definitely had a. I definitely feel like he should have had a head coach interview. Let's start there. I definitely think Al Harris should have had an interview to be the head coach, but he did not. I I wonder, did him and Schottenheimer get along well enough to maybe bring him in as the DC? We gave him the assistant head coach to keep him this year. And I think if you give him an opportunity at DC, you can keep him again. He definitely had these cornerbacks playing the top of their game. I think he'll still bring that. I think he'll add a interesting, youthful, change to our defense. I think players like Kalen Carson coming back and Diggs whenever he gets back, and Bland continuing to grow. I think Al Harris being the DC would be a good fit for them as well. But you never know with this team. You never know. Like I said, something else Broadus mentioned. If you are for Dak Prescott, if you are a fan of Dak Prescott, then you will like this part. And I'll start it by saying I am definitely a fan of Dak. I think we can win it with Dak. I think Dak is a great quarterback. I think a lot of what our division is doing with Jalen Hurts, with Jaden Daniels, with the Giants potentially taking, Cam or Shador, Cam Ward from Miami or Shador from Colorado as a quarterback. I think Dak and his tenure with the Cowboys and his rookie campaign, which I feel like is the best rookie campaign, probably outside of, I guess, Cam Newton for real. That's just my opinion, but I think Dak had a hell of a rookie year, hell of a career up until this point, and I think our division took notice in that, and they are trying to get similar guys. I think hell, even like the Texans and C.J. Stroud. I think, I think all of these guys kind of have that same first year Dak. Like when you're not known and they don't have film on you, you look really great. You may have a down year that next year because everyone has film on you now, and you're getting reacclimated or whatever, which is kind of how Dak did in 2017. But 2018, which is your third year, you get. I want to say that's the year they brought in Amari Cooper, and you get, what I'm saying, some help and weapons, if you will. I think they'll do the same thing with Jaden Daniels. I feel like the Commanders this year will probably draft a receiver to go with McLaurin. I think the Giants will probably get another receiver to pair with what's his name, Neighbors. Who else? Philly. I mean, they brought in A.J. Brown, and then they drafted Devontae Smith, and they have can't think right now, but so they may or may not get a guy, but so yeah, again, they were speaking to if you're happy with Dak as your quarterback, then you should be happy with this hire. And like I said, I think I'm happy with the hire. I think Schottenheimer will do a good job for the Cowboys. I think Dak likes him. I think they have a good rapport, good relationship. I definitely think, Brada said that they are asking Dak, questions about, Schottenheimer and making a decision and stuff. So they're definitely trying to help Dak out the best. And then I saw a report that popped up today. Let me look it up. It said something similar to like not if they want to, but they're trying to figure out how they can build around Schottenheimer and this team the best, for this year or whatever. And I think that's about, like I said, who is his staff going to be, things like that. Like I said, I think as DC, he needs to bring in Al Harris. I'm not sure with offensive coaches and offensive coordinators and who the options should be there, but um, basically just bring in the different. The fact that they're trying to figure out these guys, I know that they are definitely going to make a decision here soon. Today is Friday the 24th as I'm recording this, so they haven't made a decision as of yet at 2:45, but I know it should be coming here soon today, hopefully, and we'll know. I just think it's going into the Senior Bowl and Shrine Bowl and things like that. You just want to know who your head coach is and kind of some of the coordinators and stuff he may be bringing in, so you can kind of, as for these scouts and stuff, they need to know what type of guys are we looking at in the draft, like what's gonna fit your scheme best and things like that. So I think they need to go ahead and make that decision now. So like I said, you got a week leading up to the Shrine Bowl, and I think the Senior Bowl, you'll be able to go into this looking and knowing what kind of players you're looking for. So I'm good with the hire. I think this is kind of a long-winded way of saying it, but I'm good with the hire. I feel like it'll be good for Dak. I think it will get a lot of good growth out of this choice. I think everybody deserves the first shot. Everybody got to get the opportunity somewhere. I think he will bring the best out of some of your not vets, but just some of your players on offense. Deuce Vaughn, Jalen Tolbert, hell, probably Jake Ferguson, and just again going back to Vach. He said all year, like, bro, all they were doing in routes and while you're watching the film, going down the field and turning around, like, bro, that's not gonna get it done. And I think Schottenheimer bring more creativity. That was something else too. I wanted them to bring Zim back or even Al Harris as the DC because we'll be more likely, I think, to keep Jordan Lewis. Um, I think being under Zim this year, Jordan Lewis had one of his best years. Um, Zim always compliments him. I think he said something in the press conference, basically like, just speaking to his toughness and his attitude and things like that. And I think it's something that we need on this team and this defense. Lewis definitely wants to be here, so definitely need these guys because I don't think a player like Lewis would be interested in a potential rebuild, if you will, on defense. And then some of the young dudes that got hurt, Marshawn Nealons and your Sam Williams and all of these type players, they were excited about Zim and his defense and how they were learning and things like that. So I think it'll be a good hire if Schottenheimer brings him back. If Zim wants to come back, I know he, probably wants to. According to Micah, at least, probably, he may be set on retiring and riding off into the sunset. So that's my 2 cents on that. But I don't know. This might just be shop talk. Hold up. I forgot. Hold on. Hello. All right, so I forgot. I was in the process of editing, and I forgot. It was one statement that I wanted to make before I ended this video. And that statement is, with the Cowboys, I'm going to read it verbatim. Hold on. With the Cowboys, if it's public, it don't hold no value or merit. What I meant by that was, if it's put out in the open, if it's put out there for the media and fan consumption, 9 times out of 10, that's nowhere nothing near what they interested in. It happens in the draft. It happens with contract talks. It happens with just all type of insider information. Uh, Hell, down to McCarthy when Dak comes out and was like, yeah, he definitely deserves a shot at calling his own, shots or whatever. Dak know that that shit not gonna happen here with Jerry Jones. Like that's not what it's gonna be. And I think coaches like Garrett and I think even Schottenheimer would be one of those guys. Hell, even Dak knows how to get what they want and how to operate within this world of cowboy, if you will. Like um, they can come out and say whatever they want about contracts. Hell, even CD, a comment when they talking about pay or, what I think he tweeted LOL or whatever when he was dealing with his thing, and he took all of the cowboy information off of his profiles and stuff like. For Jerry, all publicity is good publicity, and so now with the media and all of these people talking about you and like, oh, laughing stock of the league and clowns of the NFL and all of that. All right, cool. But when we drop these, what I'm saying, when we drop these bombs and hire this coach and he brings in a hell of a staff and they win games and make the playoffs and possibly get further and all of that stuff, Jerry gonna look like a freaking genius, man. So don't get caught up in the clickbait. Don't get caught up in what's actually being said. Again, with the Cowboys, if it is public, it 9 times out of 10 don't hold no weight. Be blessed.